Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I'm super excited about this deck that I've created. It's been massively fun and super entertaining to play. I've had a really fun time playing this deck called Powder Snow. Before I get into that, I want to put a little plug in for myself. I've created a Patreon page, so I'll put the link in the description. You guys should go ahead and go over and check that out. I would appreciate it if you guys would look at it and consider signing up on the Patreon page and supporting the channel. That would help me out a lot, and I would appreciate that. So today, Powder Snow is the deck name, and this is a Misfortune Twisted Fate deck, and you can probably guess from the title here, this is a Bilgewater Freljord deck where we are running Powder Pandemonium. I've been super, I guess, just not surprised, but very happy about these new cards that were released during this latest mini expansion with Aphelios, and I'm not even talking about the Aphelios package itself, but the other cards that were released to the other regions. There's a lot of cool cards that we got, and a lot of like really interactive, interesting cards that have a lot of potential surrounding them, and you can like build a lot of decks around. And Powder Pandemonium has been really fun to play with and mess around with and create decks with, and yeah, today's no exception. So a Misfortune Twisted Fate deck. Although this is mostly a Twisted Fate deck, we are running Misfortune solely for her passive ability, and she's taking up kind of like the 3-drop spot where we don't have a lot of cards, and she's just basically in it to activate Plunder with her ability. That's basically what we want Misfortune for. She can also act as kind of a decoy for Twisted Fate and you know, having the enemy target her on turn 3 rather than Twisted Fate, but she's there to plunder, and we need a plunder because Powder Pandemonium. Summon a Powder Monkey and give a random enemy vulnerable this round for each time that you activated Plunder this game. So in this particular deck, I've had it very easily where I have plundered by turn 7 5 times, and at that point you really don't want more plunders. It doesn't really help us all that much, just because you can only have 6 units on your board, and you really kind of want, you know, Twisted Fate, your champion out, who's a secondary win condition, but you don't really need to plunder more than 5 times. Kind of unnecessary at that point. Okay, so early on in the game here, how we are mulliganing, we really want to draw these 1-cost cards here because they're going to help us get plunder early in the game, especially with the Crackshot Corsair. She is able to plunder every round, and you can get these other smaller units out so that you have an attacking unit, and you can hit the enemy nexus, get this plunder started, and then after that, we really just want to be trying to plunder as often as we can. So we got the Black Market Merchant, we've got Jagged Taskmaster, Monkey Business, and Shared Spoils and Pilfered Goods early on in the game. Pretty relatively cheap spells. All of them are plunder. You can play them for relatively cheap, doesn't cost a lot of mana. And because we have so many card draw options with these plunder cards, this is the reason why we've got Twisted Fate in the deck. It's very easy to level him up, and he becomes a massive threat. It only takes a couple of rounds to level him up, and it's really hard for the enemy to deal with. So to support him as well, along with all those plunder cards, we've got the Fortune Croaker, pick a card, and then Twisted Fate himself with the blue card. We're able to get him leveled up very easily. Alright, and that basically sums it up. We're just trying to get all these plunder procs off. We get Twisted Fate out, you know, level him up, and then as a secondary, or as multiple win conditions, we got Powder Pandemonium and Twisted Fate. Now, something to talk about very briefly here is the kind of resemblance of this deck in how it wants to work with Go Hard in a way, not like completely. So what I mean is we've got a lot of cheap units on our board, and if you fill up your board with all of these cheap units, you can't really play Powder Pandemonium effectively. So we've got enough card draw and we've got enough cheap units that we are able to kind of replenish our board in order to block, but we also don't need to be afraid to let our units die because we want to get the value out of Powder Pandemonium. So don't be afraid to block. And don't be afraid to block with things like the Black Market Merchant, even though he can be used later on for things like Pilfered Goods to get better value out of that. But we don't really care if our units die because we need to free up space for Powder Pandemonium. And the monkeys themselves deal massive amounts of damage, and if you have had, you know, even one Jagged Butcher out there doing 3 damage on their own, you're able to pull in the other ones, the units that they have, and then get some very easy, you know, open attacks on the enemy nexus with those powder monkeys and deal a ton of damage. So just once again, don't be afraid to let those small units die to allow room for powder Pandemonium, especially if it's in your hand. You don't want to have a useless card in your hand. All right, so that's about it. Once again, check out the Patreon channel, and yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. We're going against TF Zoe, and we've got TF Misfortune, Bilgewater, Freljord, trying our second iteration of Powder Pandemonium. Opening hand actually is okay. I think we get rid of Monkey Business. Or do we? Yeah, I think we do. End up picking up a Pilfered Goods, so this is okay. Got turn 1 play now. See if he's got a Zoe. Mulligan pretty aggressively for this card. And we don't have any elusive units. Maybe I should end up putting in the Prowling, whatever it is, I can never remember. Cutthroat. Alright, so we're going to take this block. The chances of him being able to play this card are very low. It also limits his action here. So let's go ahead. Do we plunder immediately? I think we attack here and see if we get... Yeah, let's see if we get the proc without having to use Jagged Taskmaster. I think we just go for it. So yeah, he had a Bastion that he wasn't able to use. This is fine. Let's go ahead with the Misfortune. And we've got a pretty good attack for this next round. I think we just open attack here, to be honest, with these two. Which is pretty cool. Quite a bit of damage here. This procs Bastion if he's got it, so... And that he survives too. Wow, they both do. And we still get the shared spoils. Fortune. Red card. Okay. Hey, there's our Twisted Fate. And I think we say okay. In the round. Alright. This is fine.
Looks like trouble.
I don't really care if he hits. And I honestly think we just kill him.
How's the partner? Pretty good. Quit smoking.
It's fine. Is that going to help him this next round? Not really.
All that glitters.
What's he at? 2 of 8.
Again. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks.
Alright, so he's going to be at 4 of 8.
Lady Luck is smiling.
What are the chances he's got a Hush? I mean, he can't save his unit anyway, so I think we're okay doing this.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, he's going to be close to leveling this guy up. This is annoying. What's he at? 6 of 8. Wow.
Love ya.
Scratched.
Look at this reality. He counts
Nice.
Again. Go on then. Watch the ball, folks.
Oof. we leveled ours up first, which is cool. Stole the cards we needed. Awesome. I think we just go full speed here. We're just wanting to deal all the damage that we can. So he's got to use Bastion to keep his guy alive.
All that glitters.
And we got Powder Pandemonium. Now he shouldn't be able to level this guy up this round. We have a lot of cards. But I mean, that doesn't mean we don't have Bastion ourselves.
Looks like trouble.
Something the matter? Oh, win.
Okay. Let's go ahead and put out the Yeti Yearling. And I think we put out Jagged Butcher too. Just want to fill up the board now. I don't think we're not going to be able to play Powder Pandemonium this game. Actually, yeah, I think we put out the Wiggly Burblefish too. So I just want to fill out like as many cards as I can here. And get spells in my hand and potentially burst speed spells that I can use to, yeah, like Jettison. Not the best one, but I'm open attacking here, so. Oh, gotta wait for his level up animation.
I guess you can win them all.
Time to get rich.
All or nothing.
Just gonna attack with everything. We've got a unit here as well to take the, we want him to use all of his cards. So he's got to use, you know, everything before he can attack here. So this is fine. Gold card hits Jagged Butcher. And we just want to make sure, well, now we've got enough damage to win the game because of this Make It Rain, but we just want to make sure to hit the Twisted Fate too, so.
Excuse me.
Anyway. Nice. 15 damage here. We don't get to use Powder Pandemonium, but we gotta see like a ridiculously fast Twisted Fate level up. And we gotta see all these cards go through. This is funny. There we go. Got the win.
It was in the cards.
It was in the cards. We're going against Heimerdinger Teemo. Heimerdinger Teemo. Twisted Fate is actually pretty good into Heimer. Opening hand is okay. I think we get rid of one of the Jagged Taskmasters, and we get Crackshot Corsair, so I'm really happy that I did that now. His turn 1 play is pretty much a Teemo. Yeah, I guess if I put the Crackshot Corsair down, he can't even take it out with Thermogenic Beams, so this is fine. And we end up getting another Warning Shot, which bodes really well for our Plunder capabilities this game. Okay. 2 damage is nice. Ooh, this is actually an Allegiance deck, which is interesting. I think we go like this. This pushes more damage the next round. And now it's hard for him to do anything. So I think we open attack here. with both of these cards. And he's, I think, a little bit hesitant just because he wants to use, you know, he wants to use Sunworks map on that guy. He should have done that before. Yeah, that's fine. That's a really good card. It like refills our mana. Yeah, why not?
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp. Someone deserves your bullet, girl.
Alright, we got Fortune Croaker here. Unlicensed unlicensed contraption. Alright. So he used all of his mana here. Who am I going to sacrifice? I'm going to probably sacrifice the Jagged Taskmaster to this thing.
Ain't you a looker?
Let's go like this just to get full mana again. Revitalizing Roar is not the best card to have. Alright, so what do we start out with here? We've got a couple of things we can do. So I think we go like this. We're going to put down the Jagged Taskmaster. And we probably go with Powder Monkey as well. Or Monkey Business, I mean.
A lifetime of innovation.
That's a huge Powder Monkey.
The beast will wait.
And I'm going to attack with... Actually, do we attack with everything? I think we actually attack here with everything. So everything can take out a unit here, which is important. And I'm just trying to deal as much damage as possible so that I can use Powder Pandemonium. So if he gets within 4, we're good. And he doesn't. That's fine. We are within 8 though.
Missed.
So we actually might just go for this. Right? Don't we just go for this? Because I've got another one here. Our board is empty. He has no healing to speak of. We get another Powder Monkey. How's he going to do 20 damage with 6 mana?
Order, entropy, a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, we're just going to do it again. And we win. So 9 damage with Powder Pandem. I guess it's 8 damage, but we had the 2 Powder Monkeys. There we go. Basically burn there. That was a pretty good gameplay, I think. Black Falcon 36. Playing Zombie Anivia. Let's see what happens. I like everything but Powder Pandemonium here. Got a nice one. Turn 1, turn 2 play. And these guys generally don't have the ability to respond. We'll see what happens here. We do have a turn 2 attack token. So let's see if he ends up having a Vile Feast, which I could see coming out right now to block my Fortune Croaker. Okay. So this is fine. Go hard deck. Interesting. Here we go for Crackshot Corsair here. We got a pretty good turn this next round. I think we still open attack. And we got a couple things that we can do. So I think we want to open attack and then play Twisted Fate and then use Shared Spoils. Maybe. Alright, let's go with Jagged Butcher first. And I think we play Shared Spoils now. And we might as well go for Black Market Merchant. Just do them all. Still his mana ramp. What are we at? 3? If he uses Runation, I think we're fine here. I don't mind. So I think we go into our Misfortune, don't we? This is interesting. Maybe I use it on the Crack Shot, because he's probably got another Vile Feast. Yeah, this is fine. I'm okay with this. This is why we didn't put out the Misfortune. Now we've got a Twisted Fate that we can use to kill all of his units off next round. So, like I said, this is fine. We just go red card here, I think. Red card into Black Market Merchant. I'm okay with him using something to kill this too. If he's got Vengeance or something, this is fine. Ooh, double spell. Okay. Okay. This is the one I wanted him to have. And I honestly think we just attacked with it. I think clearing out his board is fine. We're at 4 for the Powder Monkeys, and they all have 3 damage because we've had 1 Jagged Butcher. Here's his Anivia. Let's play Yeti Yearling. This is a little annoying because he probably has Go Hard. What are we at for the Twisted Fate level up? 2 of 8. I think we gotta go for it. I don't think it really matters too much. I think he's got Go Hard. Or something like it. Okay, we've got 4 Powder Monkeys now. So let's go ahead and just do it, I think. It's quite a bit of damage. We've got space for it, and we've got a second one if he's got a way to take him out. So we're dealing quite a bit of damage here either way. I'll go like this. Like how we had it. This is a ton of damage. So we've got lethal here. And if he's got some way to save it, we've got second. So it's fine. And we got... That's fine too. So what is he at here? He's at 5. So I think we let this go through. He didn't kill his Anivia either, which I think is... I don't know that's necessarily a mistake, but he can't use Rekindler on it. And I think we just go for... Oh wait, we got the win now. We have the win. If he doesn't have life still. I guess even if he does, we still get the win. Alright. That's awesome. Not too shabby.